It's time for an ArtSnacks unboxing. Now, I opened this earlier and was recording it, yet the first piece apparently didn't save properly to my camera. So we're going to pretend like I haven't opened this yet, and we're going to open it up and swatch out the stuff that got lost. So here we go. Ta-da! This is what we have in our October ArtSnacks box today. So I love that the menu is on black paper for October and Halloween. It's so kind of spooky looking. We have our Dum Dum, our candy treat, of course. That'll be fun to enjoy later. And we have all of these goodies. So I'm gonna put that aside and we're gonna start with this. This is the Plumchester exclusive paint marker, and I got the color yellow. So I love paint markers, and this one is pretty interesting. It is, what did they say? Meet the newest addition to the Plumchester family, the Plumchester paint marker. This marker is filled with water-based acrylic paint that's fast drying, opaque, and permanent. By reversing the tip, you'll find two different nibs, 3mm bullet on one end and 5mm chisel on the other. To use, shake well, remove cap, and press nib down on your surface several times until saturated. I'm gonna leave it on the bullet nib side, and let's swatch this out. All right. All right, the next product we have is the Sennelier ink brush. This is a new product. For 130 years, Sennelier has combined traditional art making with modern chemistry. They develop truly innovative products such as their brand new ink brush. This brush pen is filled with highly transparent, intense watercolor ink that flows smoothly from fine synthetic bristles. Yeah, I do like watercolor brushes. I like that gray. Let me go get, do I have any water? Let's see. I wonder if I can make it. Oh yeah, look at that. I like those. All right. The next item we have, the Winsor & Newton Fine Liner. Fluidly capture your ideas with the Winsor & Newton Fine Liner. With water-resistant, not completely waterproof, non-fading pigment ink, this pen fits every style of sketching. Its smoothly tapered nib is not only elegant, but also delivers consistent and reliable ink flow. So I think I'm going to go get a little bit of water here. In a minute, let's swatch this out. Oh yes, those are nice fine lines. And this one, did I say the one I have? I don't know if they're different or if they're all the same, but mine is a 0.3. So it's a very nice fine line. All right. It doesn't bleed that much, just a little bit. So I wouldn't paint over it, but it's nice. Now this, oh yeah, I can pull that out. Very nice. All right, and then the last item we have here, the last two items, which I would totally expect in an Inktober box, are our Royal Talons Indian ink. This is a staff favorite. Achieve deep matte black in your artwork with Royal Talons India ink. This pigment-based ink is extremely light, fast, and waterproof once dry. Try using it directly out of the bottle or thin with water to create different grayscale shades. You can expect excellent performance when used with your new dip pen. And then our dip pen, it's a Speedball standard pen nib holder and number 512 pen nib. Try out your inking skills with the Speedball standard pen nib holder and number 512 pen nib. This nib has an extra fine, semi-flexible tip, perfect for drawing or lettering. To use, insert the nib into the circular opening on your nib holder's tip. Be sure to wash your nib with warm water after every use. All right. Oh, and it's got a little, I don't know if that's, it's not quite a dropper, but it's got something. All right, that is everything in our ArtSnacks box. So I'm gonna clean out my nib real quick here. So I already sketched out, I have this little Frankenstein sketch that I want to play with for this. But my camera battery is about to die, so I don't really want to start in the middle. Okay, my battery's all charged up now and ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is to ink my sketch, my Frankenstein here. And so I grabbed the dip pen and this liquid ink and I just start outlining everything. And I gotta say, I really love working with the dip pens. They just, the way they kind of scratch across the page is something that I just really enjoy. Every time I use one, I think that I need to use dip pens more. So yeah, I had a lot of fun outlining this guy here with this dip pen and ink, and they worked great. I like the dip pen was very comfortable and the ink was very nice, and it turned out great. So the next thing I'm doing is I took that Sennelier ink brush, the watercolor, and I had the color Payne's Gray, and so I'm just sketching in everywhere that some of the darker shadows are. And then I'm coming in with a paintbrush that I already had, and I'm coming in and just washing out and spreading that color a little bit and getting in all the shading details where I want them to go. And watercolor is one of my favorite mediums, and so I just love watching it move. And having these ink pen, brush pen markers, I have a few others in different brands, and they're just always fun to work with. Definitely a little different than traditional watercolor. You get like such a darker or more vibrant color with liquid watercolors. And you just use them a little bit differently, because you get obviously the straight up color with them, and then you fan it out. And there's different ways you can blend it out and fan it out. This one just was really simple. I just colored in the darker areas, and here I'm going in and darkening up his forehead ridges a little bit, because that was one of the darkest areas on him. And I keep going around and doing layers and just spreading it out little by little until I get it to where I want it. And it just, the color worked great for this sketch for me. So I just keep going and get round and around again. So I just keep going. And as you can see, the India ink doesn't move at all. It was very waterproof. And so it worked great with this watercolor with it, because you can do your outline, your sketch, and then go in and paint and do whatever other things you want. Once I'm done with my ink, you're going to see here in a minute that I'm going to take that acrylic marker from Plumchester and I'm going to go in around the outside and just fill in the color so that I can really make my Frankenstein face pop from the page. And this marker, it worked great. Having that nice big tip on it really made it easy to go through. I did have a little bit of the paper crumbling up a little bit, but I think it's more of the paper than the marker. Last up here is to take that fine liner, and I had the color Cool Gray, and so it worked great going over my other colors and just adding a few little detail lines into my sketch. All right, I think I am done. There is my Frankenstein for the October ArtSnacks box. Thanks for watching. Bye.